Hello everyone, I'm Reena Augustine, the founder of Red Carpet Functions, and welcome to Brisbane Talk Show with Dr. Noel. Fantastic to have you here, Dr. Noel.
Thank you.
Dr. Noel, we spoke about many things last time. We spoke about Livingston. This time we are talking about dream. Dream big.
Dream big, yes.
That's right.
Yeah.
And why did you choose this topic?
Because success depends on dreams. When you dream, your life changes. It is something similar to the metamorphosis of a caterpillar. You know caterpillar?
Yes.
The caterpillar is just like a worm. It eats grass and leaves. But inside the caterpillar, a change is taking place. We call it a transformation. So in a couple of days and months, the caterpillar becomes a butterfly. The butterfly and the caterpillar, there is no connection. There is no comparison.
Completely changed.
Completely changed.
Yeah.
This is what exactly we call it as transformation. Dreams can transform you. I can give another example. You know the tadpole?
Yes.
Right? The tadpole always lives in the water. Right? It undergoes changes, we call it transformation changes, and it becomes a frog.
Mm-hmm.
When it becomes a frog, it loses its identity as tadpole. Because tadpole can live only in the water, but the frog can come to the land and can breathe, and it can live like a terrestrial animal. What a change! So when dreaming is not a joke, it's a very serious matter.
It is.
You need to dream. If you wanted to grow big in life, this dream is a transformational platform.
As you said about the caterpillar and the worm, just recently on Instagram and social media, I saw this meme saying that the caterpillar and the butterfly, they both are sitting on the table and they're sipping coffee, and the caterpillar says, "Hey, you've changed," and the butterfly says, "That's what we are meant for, to change, adapt the change." Right?
That's correct.
So,
Yes.
so you're absolutely right. Tadpole lives under the water and then grows up to go live both in land and water.
Water. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what is dreaming big?
Yeah, let me give you some examples so that you will understand what is this dreaming big means. Many people think, it is some sort of a visual picture on the mind when you sleep. No, it is something far beyond that. Take for example, Martin Luther King. You heard about Martin Luther King
Absolutely.
Jr.?
I think everybody has.
Yeah, no one would have missed him. He is in
Yes.
the history.
Yeah.
And he is living today because he says, I have a dream. What was the dream? The dream was just about 50, 70 years back, the treatment that was given to the black in America was different. So the whole community of black were undergoing persecution and discrimination and all that. So he dedicated his life, no, this has to change. This must change. And so he had a dream. So his dream was two dreams. He had two dreams. The number one dream is he wanted his children, the four of his children should grow into a different children. Sit with the same, as you rightly said, across the table. White and the black sitting on the same table and eating their meals together. What a joy. But that was prevented. What humiliation is it? So one man dreamt about that. And can you see the change now? Obama became twice the president of America. Not an easy thing.
Not at all.
Right? And
Twice.
right now, an Indian lady, Kamala Harris.
She's the vice
So
president.
all women like you have got the scope to grow to number two position in America. Can this really happen? One man dreamt 50 years back and today it is happening. So this is what we call dream. So dream is not something, mental, is not a video screen on your mind. No, it is much beyond that.
So does that mean visualization?
It is not visualization. I can tell you how you can dream big little later on, But I would like to put a few more personalities for you people to understand what this dreaming really means, right? I just got to one person, which is Martin Luther King, and there are quite a couple of others who are dreamt big. The number 2 person is Bill Gates. All of us, right, know about Bill Gates. There's no one in the whole world who do not know Bill Gates. But who was Bill Gates? An undergraduate, doctorate graduate. He didn't even complete his degrees. But he dreamt every home should have a personal computer.
Oh my God, that's
Every
so true.
home. Is it happening today or not?
Absolutely, not one. We've got many.
Many.
Yeah.
One man's dream.
And
One man's dream. Meditate. He's still living.
That's correct.
So many people dream, but they don't see the dream in action. But here is a man who conceived things, dreamt about it, worked towards it, and made it happening. So where are these people coming from? So when you see a couple of these dreamers, the big dreamers, you will know there is nothing called a stereotype of dreaming. Right? Everyone can have dream in their own way. There is another important person which I should like to bring to focus is John Kennedy, the President of America. You know what he dreamt? He dreamt an American to land in moon.
Oh, wow.
In 1962 when he was the president. He said, my Americans, yes, we will land in moon. Did it happen or not?
1969.
1969, Armstrong put his leg on the moon, and see, yes, we are now in moon.
That's right.
So someone dreams, and something is happening in the world. So these dreamers are not only individuals; they are the world-class dreamers and world-class leaders.
Change makers.
They are the change makers, right? There's another very interesting person I would like to focus is the Wright Brothers.
Yes.
You know, just 120 years back, there was no flight. Can you believe? You can't fly.
No.
1900, you can't fly. So these two brothers who were just mechanics, you know what sort of a mechanics? Cycle mechanics.
Oh my gosh.
They were doing some mechanical work under workshop, and suddenly they saw a bird flying. Everybody sees birds flying.
Every day.
But these two little guys, when they saw the bird flying, why can't I also fly? Why can't we fly?
They made it happen.
So they dreamt about flying day after day, month after month. Did something which we don't know what all they have done, but they created an aircraft.
That's right.
The first aircraft, I think it was on December 17, 1903 was the first aircraft which was on the sky. What made them to do this? Are they not big dreamers? From nothing, from nowhere, something has happened. Today we can't travel with the flight, continent to continent.
Oh wow, I love flying.
Yeah.
Yes,
Isn't
I
it?
love planes. I sit and watch them now because of the situation. Yeah.
And who are they? Ordinary mechanics, cycle mechanics, to think about flight. So the human power is very, very different. It
So
can
do
give you-
you mean to say that dream and action go together?
Yes, it has to go together. Otherwise, the dreamers, if they are dreamers, nothing happens.
Yeah.
Right? So many people have got the illusion, okay, I had a fantastic dream. I saw America, I saw this, I saw beautiful girls, I saw beautiful flowers. They dream. But the dream is a dream, nothing happens. If you see a beautiful girl in a dream, go and love her and marry her.
Yeah.
Right?
That
That is
person-
dreaming.
Yes.
Right? Dreaming is not seeing on a screen.
So what's so special about all these dreamers who have made it happen?
There isn't anything special. They are ordinary people. They're very, very ordinary. Not only ordinary, they're very, very ordinary. Right? But these ordinary people become extraordinary by what? By dreams. So how the dream comes? So this is where, certain people, whether they're blessed or they have developed the habit of dreaming, right? Which varies from person to person. But the dreamers in action are the big dreamers. That is for sure. So they don't arrest the thought of just dreaming. They just work on the thought.
Yeah.
So the dream becomes a thought, and the thought becomes an action. The action becomes a reality. So all these things should go together. Then the dreamers are achievers in life.
Wow.
Yes.
So what is your big dream, Dr. Noel?
My big dream, see, when I married, I had a dream. When my wife conceived and she delivered on the 10th month of our marriage, when I was traveling to a city called Bangalore, I thought, oh, what a blessing God has given a son to me. So then I thought my son should become a builder, like a King Solomon, right? It's because I'm coming from a Christian background. The Solomon was one of my model heroes, because he was the wisest person in those days. He was the wisest king among all the nations. He was rich, he was knowledgeable. He is an amazing king. So I wanted to christen him as Solomon. I told my wife, this is what I'm thinking. She said, she was also very happy. She said, okay, we'll keep the name Solomon. So Solomon Suraj was the name that we had given. At that time, I never even thought that Solomon will become a builder. 41 years back now in Australia, he's a builder. He is not an engineer. He is not an architect.
Not a doctor.
Not a doctor. He is just a media specialist. He did his multimedia and some post-graduation management. And today, he builds high-rise buildings in Brisbane city. So I have come here from India to see the growth of my son. So my dream, I'm seeing here in action. So I'm happy to say this because I dreamt and my son has grown to a bigness in life. So parents should dream big.
Absolutely.
If you want your children to grow big.
Yes.
This is an alternative. You can also dream big individually. But if parents dream big, what they do, they don't stop with the dream. They do something continuously to see that the children are growing in a pathway that he has dreamt of.
Yeah.
Right? So when he started 10 to 12 years back construction industry, I was just wondering from where the knowledge has come, where the experience has come, where the idea has come. It is coming from nowhere.
Okay, so he didn't study.
No, he didn't study at all. Never an experience.
Wow.
But then I was doing something related to the fabrication and direction in India, because I was a road safety specialist. I was organizing funds from various corporate sponsors and building up the roads. So probably that would have given him some initiative. But what has come into his life is something very different. This is what we call subconscious movement. Subconscious movement is almost called a dream state. In a dream state, something will happen with you may not know how it is happening. It is called a universal connection point. When you really sleep well, comfortably, right? In your dream, many things come like a flash. These flashes are coming from so many ways and with so many reasons. But we really do not know how those things are really coming into your mind.
Yeah.
But the subconscious mind has got the power to penetrate into the universe. It can travel anywhere and it can bring you the information. And so that information is what made all these people to think differently. Because they think through this knowledge, they call it a universal knowledge, through their inner mind. So some of the secrets of these technologies and the amazing things are revealed to them when they continuously dream. Right? It is like a research, like a spiritual research. So the more you passionately involved in a dream, you keep on working on that, and the world supports you, the universe supports you.
Absolutely. So I was speaking to this a lady who does vision boards.
Yes.
And putting all the vision board together, I saw a lot of documentary on it. So if you want something, you put it on your vision board. Every day you wake up, you watch that, and it happens. And there are so many people who have actually mentioned that, and there are so many celebrities who have said it on the television and, have sat and said that, okay, yeah, vision boards do work. So dreaming and vision board. So whatever you dream, should you put it on the vision board?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
In fact, in 2000, I created a concept in India called the Vision 2000 District Development Program. I chose an area called E Road, and I gave this to the collector of the district. And I said, I'm going to change your town into a city. He asked, how? I said, I will change the visibilities on the roads. You don't need to give me money. You only say, yes, I'm interested. I will do the rest of the things. And he has accepted my proposal. 2 years I have worked in that particular district continuously, and it transformed the picture of the town into a city model. People were amazed. The government did not give the money, but the changes have taken place. How? So you're thinking, if it is going in the right direction, the right support will come automatically. The right people will join with you automatically. So are you with the right thinking? This is what is the question, right? So when you go deeper and deeper into the analysis of your own behavior and your potential, these things all will come as a supportive measures to you.
Wow.
Yes.
So, ladies and gentlemen, you should dream big with Dr. Noel. So, Dr. Noel, what else do you have for us? I can see these amazing cutouts you have of Abdul Kalam, of Dr. Swami Vivekananda.
Yes, yeah. So let me just give you a few hints how you can dream big, right? If I don't give you the clue, probably you may be wondering, he's talking about dreams and all those big people, but I'm a small little man, how can I dream? So I'll give you a few points how you should dream big.
Yes,
the number
absolutely.
one point, if you want to dream big, I quoted all the big people whom you can clearly identify. So get associated with those big people. Read their books. So I was excited all the time when I read a biography. A biography is the characteristics of a personality. How he lived, what he did, how he achieved his goals in life. So if you start reading biographies of the great men, like the Martin Luther King or Gandhiji or Abdul Kalam and Emerson and all those big people, right? You know how bigness is made. Ordinary people, they're all like you and me. But how the bigness have come? Yes, they did a few things very differently.
Yeah.
That's not what you and I have been doing regularly. Probably they would have slept few hours. Probably they would have avoided certain pleasurable things.
Parties.
Yeah,
Avoided
parties, yes.
Beaches.
Yeah, maybe, yes.
Yeah.
When you were playing on the beach, probably he would have been doing some research on his computers, right? So they do differently.
Yeah.
There is no doubt about it.
No.
It is not a cakewalk for
No.
all the people, for the biggest achievers. Yes, they have done something very, very, very differently, which only they know. But what they have done, they did not keep it as a secret. They wrote biographies. This is what I have done. Why don't you also do? So read the books of
the
great
biographies.
people. Biographies.
How many have you read, and which one would you recommend for me to read the next? The one which I'm reading is Richard Branson. So it's really good. I'm almost finished. So which one would you recommend?
Yeah. The best of the biographies I was engaged is Gandhiji.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Because he has written My Experiment with Truth, and he eloquently talks about what is the truth and what has he practiced and how he was doing it. So it was very admirably it was written. Bible is another source where I draw my inspiration, because there the characteristics of various great leaders have been all recorded in one book. That is another motivation. Then people like Emerson. People like Emerson and Walden, these are all amazing personalities. When you read, it is not an ordinary book. Similarly, you can read Nietzsche. Nietzsche says, if someone wants to read my book, I think they should remove the shoes and read. You know?
Wow.
So it is so powerful, right? So he has written a book on Superman. If you read it, you know that you are not born for ordinary things. You only create all these religions, all these customs and conventions, but you are beyond all that. So he clearly distinguishes what is good and what is evil. And he says you have the power, latent power in you. And if you know how to make use of it, I think you are the torchbearer for yourself, for the world. So many biographies I can quote.
Wow.
When I was in 20s, I used to go to a library, a public library, and sit hours together on a Sundays and Saturdays, reading the lives of illustrious men.
Oh, wow.
That is one book I can tell you. I used to read about Alexander the Great when I was 20. And still I have a couple of his books in my library. And every time when I read the book, I used to wonder, what made Alexander the Great? Right? So there's one incident where I would like to quote. When he was 12-year-old boy, in those days in Greece, there used to be sports. The sports is horse riding.
Horse riding.
Yeah, so kings used to, this is called the kingly game. Horse riding used to be a kingly game, right? So his dad, he was also a king called Phillips. So he says, Alexander, so why don't you go and play with these guys? Why don't you run a horse? He asked one question. Are there princes on the horses? His dad was shocked. Well, there are soldiers in the horse, but I am asking princess who can match with me. I can't ride a horse with jokers.
Oh, wow.
This is how the great minds think. They know. My grandson, just 5-year-old, he thinks so peculiarly. He doesn't associate himself with the normal people. So the elevated mind comes, right? Sometimes from the birth, sometimes it is acquired. But you should know that you must have a distinctive mind to grow big and think bigger. Yes.
Wow, grow bigger and think bigger.
Yes.
Wow, that's amazing. So you were giving us some examples.
Yes. So the other, the few steps I was trying to tell you how you can dream big is when you dream, right, and going through certain books like biographies, you may get some stimulation, some ideas. When you get an idea, immediately take a pen and then put it down on a paper. I have not gone out anywhere in my life without a pen and a paper. Always there will be paper in my pocket or a pen in my pocket. So I always wear a dress where it can hold my pen.
Pen and your paper.
And my
Wow.
paper. Yes. Even when I go to a toilet sometimes, early morning, many times, the great ideas come on a toilet.
My father used to say that.
I do not know whether some of you have realized it.
My father used to say that all the time. It's called the idea room.
Exactly. Right?
Yeah.
So that's a fantastic area to record. But if you don't record, it just flies away. It is not an idea which you can possess. It flies away. And you'll be wondering, someone has picked it up and showcased before you, and you realize, oh, what a great thing, I have lost it.
I know, right?
It was my idea. How is he doing it?
He actioned it.
Right? Yeah, actioned it.
He actioned it. I
Right?
just thought about it.
So these invisible movements will always take place in that atmosphere. So don't think. If you think, act. Put it in an action plan. Right? The third step is always make a better plan. Right?
Always make a better
Always
plan.
make a better plan. Because the losers, mostly if you see the losers, they are all the goal setters. They have goals, losers. But then the achievers, they don't have just goals. They have action plan.
Action
They
plan.
have a strategy. How do I go? How do I do? How do I achieve? The strategies are the achievers. Losers are the goal keepers, are the set the goals. They are not action people.
Yeah.
So this is a very important
So
point.
you have to have an action plan.
Action plan, exactly.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you have to pay a price for it. Right?
Yes.
The great things doesn't happen just like that.
Sacrifice
And dedication, hard work, sincerity, all these things should fall in line.
Mm-hmm.
If they